Hi, IndigoMoon Aussies, and we're out here with the Something to Talk About litter. Today is Saturday, September 14th. The puppies turned 8 weeks on Thursday, and they're doing great. They've just been started working on the leash and crate training, and the first couple nights are always, you know, fun, ha 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 ha. But they really catch on pretty quick. They're right in the same area where they were used to sleeping with their mom, so they're pretty comfortable. It's just they've been used to a doggy door, and they Rafi, who we're looking at straight there in the pool, he is sold, and so he does use a doggy door. And then over, that's Rapper there. He's the one with the thumbprint. He's going to Martin and family. He's actually going to Mexico, so we're really proud and honored about that. He will be shown in, I believe it's the pastoral group there, and he will be, you know, be a confirmation prospect. He was our pick of this litter, but we decided this was going to be Beyonce's last litter, and we just felt drawn to keep a female. Whisper is the one in the corner back there. I think I have to remember to look through. If I don't look through the camera part, the movie ends up being terrible, and this little screen that I have, I can't really see sometimes who's who. So everyone's accounted for but Holler. Holler is the one, he has a little white on his ear. Ooh, Daddy's trampling the puppies. It's okay. Come here, Holler. Oh, you're gonna come say hi? This is Rapper. Rapper is just iconic. He is really what we wanted to achieve. Now be careful. They've got their freshwater pool, a fresh pool of water, but it doesn't stay fresh very long. Go in, guys, go swimming. They've been getting in and out by themselves pretty well. So Whisper we're keeping. And the only one available right now is Holler. I just haven't found anyone that I'm comfortable with. He, I really had thought he would be a confirmation prospect. Structurally, movement, absolutely dead on. There's a couple things, and I always have been honest in my videos and in my dealings with puppies. One thing is he has like it almost looks like a scratch on the top of the nose, the part towards the head. There's a small scratch. Now, there's, I would say, a 98% chance that's going to fill in. And even if it did not, it's way under what our standard calls for, which they're not penalized under 1 year. And they're allowed up to 25% per AKC. However, it's just not something I can guarantee. And also, temperament is important. Just because a dog or a pup doesn't have a huge mismark, or they're not horrible in the front, I really don't feel as a breeder that it's ethical to call every puppy show quality, even though I see those qualities. So we're looking at Holler right now. And you know, he's got a little bit of white that I've seen that on the Rico Beyonce puppies. It grows out, and I've reminded everyone that the #1 Australian Shepherd has a half to a quarter of white fur. The ear itself is black, and it's actually part of the collar too. So sometimes in some pictures and on some of the videos, it looks like he has more white. But Holler has this very, very sweet, very loving temperament, and in my experience and what I want for these puppies is what I feel would be the best home for them. So in contrast, for example, let's say with Rapper, I had at least 5 people, at least. They were pet homes, and they would have paid a show price, but I just could not see, he was just too magnificent to go to a pet home. Even though loving homes come first, there is a line we have to draw, and I just couldn't do it. I also had a few show people that were interested in Rapper, but I just felt that you know, I had my reasons for feeling that that was not going to be the best home for him. So let's go back to Holler. And he luckily, I'm going to move the chair. He's sitting right here. Temperament-wise, in my opinion, I think Holler would be happiest in a home, being a pet, being special. He does get along well with other dogs, so another pet would not be an issue. I think he would do well by very well by himself, but I also think he would do very well if the family or person had another dog or dogs. I've had a couple people, like I had a young gentleman, but he was a very active person, but he worked really long hours. I don't feel that that would be suitable for Holler. He just glows with attention, and he was the smallest one at birth. Our vet was concerned. I never felt concerned. I knew Holler was going to be okay. He weighed more than I've had puppies in the past, but we went ahead, and I've mentioned it before, for whatever reason, I've not been successful with getting puppies to actually suckle a bottle. Excuse me. We're all recovering from this really bad cold that's been going around. So anyways, I would, you know, syringe if I needed to supplement. I would use a syringe. You know, I've had to tube. I've not had to tube feed in years and years and years. Not with my litters anyways. I have helped some other people and shown them how to do that. And Holler took to the bottle like the very first time. And so my husband and I would bring him in our bed, and you know, the other puppies and Mom were sleeping in our room, and we would put him like inside of our shirts against our skin, kind of like you do with the preemie baby, and he loved it. And you know, also I was constantly going and moving the other puppies away and making sure he got his share of milk. At this time, he's pretty equal in size. There's very little difference now. Our big boy that we call him, Rapper, who he is definitely sold. He is going to Mexico. He will be shown and be a part of their fabulous breeding program. He weighs more, not so much size, but the bone and the substance that that pup carries is just absolutely incredible. It's what we've become accustomed to seeing in Rico's puppies, and so that's why I feel he's very iconic for what Rico throws. As far as looks, Holler, you know, if we just went off, his movement is perfect, his structure, shoulder layback. I went over all the puppies yesterday, and I do follow the Pat Hastings 8 weeks. You can give or take about 3 days, and went over everything and could not find any faults with Holler at all. Structurally, movement, I mean, right there, look at that beautiful self-stack that he just did for us. But I just feel that soft personality. You know, I get attached to these puppies, especially knowing this is the last cross. And I really do try to think, and I get to know them so well by spending so much time, them sleeping in my room. They're with me a lot, that it's important to me that I look at things from their perspective. And so to me, a family, I feel like he would do. Like there's a lot of times I feel a puppy is not suited for a home with young children, and I know a lot of Aussie breeders that won't even sell to people that have children under the age of 5, because Aussies tend to herd, they tend to nip. That's just part of their breed, it's part of their instinct. But Holler, he just has this softness, this soft quality. He definitely can keep his own with his brothers, or with Whisper. She's kind of the little maniac. It figures the one we keep is the little maniac. So they're all, you know, they all really are very special. They all really are products of God's intervention, and I can't stress that enough, that, you know, with everything that occurred for these puppies to be healthy, and for Beyonce to be healthy, completely healthy. And now we're watching Rafi, and he's going to be joining a sister that's from a prior litter. She was from the Avatar litter. And Rafi, they each have really great qualities. Rafi is very, very smart. He's very attuned to humans. He's calm. For example, at this age, they all go ballistic when we get out the Dremel and do their nails. It's just an age thing. It doesn't stop us. They don't win. Rafi could have cared less. He just looked at us like, okay, it's cool. It's all good. And that's how his attitude is. He plays great. He interacts great with the older dogs. He's extremely respectful. And he was one of the first ones to notice where I kept the food, and it just clicked for him a little bit earlier. He was also one of the first ones to stand at the whelping box and get out. So that's Whisper, Daddy's loving on. She's our little special girl. And we were going to keep a son since we had Gypsy, which is a Rico Beyonce daughter, because we did feel that Rapper was the pick of the litter. And I had said, the day he was born, I said, oh my gosh, this pup is, I mean, at birth, he was absolutely stunning. You could just tell. But Whisper has a few qualities that we really like. She's definitely show quality. I've had a couple people ask me if I would be willing to sell her, and no, I'm not willing to sell Whisper. We're very attached to Whisper. Again, Beyonce's done with breeding, and that's not really a reflection of anything that occurred. We were only going to do one more litter with Beyonce anyways, just because of her age. Getting older, you know, again, just because I feel a certain way about things doesn't mean it's the only way or the right way. But these are my dogs, and so I do get to decide what I feel is the best breeding program for them, for us, and to always keep in mind the integrity of the breed. That's Holler, again, that we see there play. They love to play in the grass. That's why we leave a little bit of grass around the edges. We have an open area here that we're going to set up with some agility stuff, because I have a couple dogs that we think would really benefit from the experience. Even if they never become competitive, they would still enjoy. There's our noble pup, very noble. That's Rapper, and he's just very noble. Beautiful neck, stretches that neck out. Beautiful head. I mean, just such great bone. I would say he has some of the best bone that this cross has produced, in all truthfulness. And that brings me back to Whisper. She is different than Gypsy. Gypsy is a beautiful, structurally correct bitch, just absolutely the flawless movement that Rico and Beyonce both have. Just because Beyonce doesn't show doesn't mean that she wouldn't be competitive. Because she has, hey, not too rough, boys. I take that back. Of course, that's Whisper. I guess 3 brothers, she's teaching them, hey, girls can. So there was things, you know, the shape of her head. She doesn't carry that black mark in the non-show side collar that some of Rico's puppies carry, which Gypsy does carry. But she's just, her structure's a little bit different. And so they've just been a joy. Having 4 of them has just been so awesome, because we've gotten to know them each even a little bit better. And I am just thrilled with the homes. There goes Rafi. He was trotting a little bit, but he's got beautiful movement. And that's that's Big Boy there. And they were great at the vets. They go again on Tuesday. The 2 that are leaving will go. And so I'm sorry, we'll Whisper. I sat on her paw. And puppies are very loud, and that just goes back to their instincts. In the wild, the mother would leave the den to get food. At this age, she would regurgitate the food for the puppies. And she might nurse a little bit. Beyonce will nurse basically till they leave. That's just how Beyonce is. But their primary source of nutrition comes from puppy food. And we do add goat's milk. So for those of you We do suggest that you continue adding about a tablespoon of powdered goat's milk to their food at least once a day. It's inexpensive, and these lines mature quickly, and they do have a lot of bone, a lot of substance, and it helps for us not to miss those growth stages. I also recommend free feeding at night, and I've gone over this before. We do this with the puppies that we are keeping, and I've never had it create an issue, because a lot of people say, well, if you feed them at night, don't they have to go to the bathroom all the time? No, they don't. It does not make any difference. I've tested the theory out, and it usually is with the puppies, they have to pee-pee during the night, and so they are going to wake me up until they're about 9. Some of them I get lucky at 8 weeks, they'll sleep through the night. By sleep through the night, I mean I usually will have to take them out about 11, and then we're up at about 4 anyways with them. They look so beautiful, the 3 of them sitting there. Rafi's over by himself. Rafi loves to have a prize. He loves to find, he's got a ball right now, and we have to rebuild our supply of those kids' balls. They've got them all tore or lost. The big dogs paw through the fence and get them. But that's one of Rafi's favorite things to do, is he likes to find a prize. He's very motivated, very attentive to humans. And then with Rapper, our show boy going to Mexico, he's very focused too. I've worked with him just a few times, and it's like he gets it immediately. And that reminds me a lot of what Rico was like at his age. I got Rico at about 8 weeks, I think, maybe a little bit older. He might have been about 9 weeks. But from the very beginning, Rico just had that focus, and to this day, anyone that's seen him shown, he just gives 150% in the ring. So that's the scoop. Rafi, looks-wise, structure, oh, absolutely show quality, not a doubt in my mind. He has beautiful neck. He has a beautiful plush head. Again, when I went over them all yesterday, I didn't find any faults in terms of structure. That was cute, Rafi. You're such a good boy. They know their names. Rafi is the name that his owner Anna picked, so we've been able to call him Rafi for quite a while now. The other pups, Rapper, they want to see him and spend time with him, so we're still calling him his litter name. Whisper was a name that I had picked out as a permanent name, so Whisper will remain Whisper. And that's Holler, and I've got to make sure I'm looking through the camera. Yeah, that's Holler and Rapper. And as you can see, Holler is definitely not, he's not timid, he's not shy, he's just very sweet, very submitting to humans. Not that the other puppies are not, but he just has a softer energy. So I really want to see him go to a special home with people that have a little more time than the people that have contacted me so far that want a softer dog. You know, I'm sure he would be fine to go on walks or do bikes or hikes or whatever, but he's going to need someone that's got some time, because I don't feel that he would flourish in an environment where he was home alone, where I have other puppies that, you know, they can deal with that. Just like I have puppies that, you know, Whisper, perfect pack. Perfect for our pack. She fits in, she likes the big dogs, she's not real needy, and same is true with Rapper, so he can easily go to a home with several dogs. Now those are the neighbor's dogs barking. Now that was Holler that just got the prize, and this is it's a little plastic like shark or whale, but that's Rafi's favorite prize. He loves to go walk around and discover a prize, so he really enjoys doing that. So probably playing hide and seek with him is going to be one of his favorite games. We will do another video or two before we'll be driving to Dallas this weekend. Rico's going to be coming home for a couple months, and then he will be returning to Kristen to continue to work on his ASCA championship. Unfortunately, there just was only, I think, 2 shows that she was able to do, and we decided, and we'll update our website and let everyone know what's going on, but we decided he needs to be home for a few months, and then he'll go back, and we have every confidence that he'll finish his ASCA championship, especially the ASCA judges, or the AKC judges. See, they've ripped that pool, but holler, let's not do that. Holler.
Hey.
Hey.
Okay.
So anyways, a little update. They're 8 weeks now, and a little update on their temperaments and their personalities and what we love about them. That looks like Whisper, that's got Rafi's favorite prize, and if you saw her, she had a beautiful show trot. So we're really proud of Whisper. We think she's going to be a great addition to our pack here at IndigoMoon, and I can't wait to get her in the ring. I still have a couple girls. Gypsy's only been to a couple shows, and we'll do at least one more movie before Rafi and Rapper leave, and we'll try to do some pictures. My husband's been working till very late. We've all been sick with a cold, and then he has some kind of a knee issue, so of course I can't do stacking photos by myself. And I did have my son try to help me do a movie of me showing people some training tips with the puppies, and the movie was horrible, so that's why it's not on YouTube. But anyways, IndigoMoon Aussies, something to talk about, and they sure are something to talk about. Now see, that was Holler. He's not afraid. He's facing off with Big Boy. And Holler definitely is not reluctant, so I don't want to give the impression that he is vulnerable, fragile, weak. Not at all whatsoever. He's just sweet. He's got the sweetest, prettiest face. He's got the sweetest energy, although he did fight us with the Dremel. You know, just keeping it real, folks. Rafi was the only one that just sat there. I literally, he just sat there like, what's the big deal? And it's so typical. We're so used to it now at this age. By about 10 or 12 weeks, they stop and they, you know, they get over their little meltdowns. But right now, they have big meltdowns. The dryer, they have a little bit of a meltdown, but not as bad as the Dremel. And I don't clip their nails. I want, for one thing, they would scratch Beyonce to pieces, and us. So anyways, thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed watching the pups grow up. We sure have. They've just been such a pleasure, full of so much love, and each one is so very special in their own way. IndigoMoon Aussies, something to talk about. Thanks, and have a blessed day.